In your focus, Scunny Magpie here again, another away day guide. This one's for Man City. If you're heading to the Etihad, this one's for you. Okay, so the Etihad was built in 2002 for the Commonwealth Games, and it's basically a stadium-shaped IKEA shelf, some assembly required. But once the games were done, City moved into it, added a few seats and a robot lawnmower named Dave, and rivals quickly dubbed it the Etihad until they started winning stuff. With a current capacity of 53,600, it is one of the largest stadiums in the English football pyramid. You'll get around 3,000 allocation for a domestic away game, and that's split over all three levels of the stadium as well, and your tickets will likely be digital if that's what your club's into, because their club is too. For those arriving on train, Manchester Piccadilly is the station you're most likely to be using. There's a few others dotted around, but your main connections from around the country come into Piccadilly. It's served by Northern Trains for local services, Trams Express for all around the north. You can get right up to sort of Redcar through York and Leeds, right out to the east coast with Cleethorpes and Hull. Then you have Transport for Wales, which obviously provides service into the Welsh towns and cities. And then your main line one running through there is Avanti West Coast, which will take you all the way from London Euston right up to Glasgow and Edinburgh. So some pretty good links in. If you are coming on the trains and using public transport, there is a tram route out to the stadium. It's the light blue line. There's like a navy blue and a light blue line. And the final destination out towards the stadium is Ashton-under-Lyne. And as a visiting fan, you'll be looking to get off at the Velo Park stop, which is nearest the away end. It does stop at the Etihad campus before that, but that's right around the other side of the stadium on the north side. And I tend to find it's handy for getting out there from the city centre, saving you the half-hour walk, but getting back, it's going to be absolutely packed. You're going to wait for tram after tram after tram. It's probably going to be quicker to walk back into the city or head that way and then pick up buses, taxis or Ubers en route. Alternatively, if you're driving in, there is parking around the stadium. There's quite a bit to the north, but it is advisable to pre-book those with the club beforehand. They're reasonably priced. The price goes up, as does everything lately. But there is a little gem just across the road from the south stand, quite close to the away section. There's a little chip shop and then a cafe on the other side of this tiny little side street. The chip shop's banging, by the way. They're always set up really well for a match day. Quick service, fresh hot food, and I try to get something from there every time I go. It's that good. But that aside, just behind it, there's a little sort of tiny alleyway and a gate to the back of a school field, and that's for the Resurrection School. Now, they open that field up to use it as a car park on match days and for events, concerts and this, that and the other. And it helps support the local schools, the local community, and raise valuable funds. So I always like to try and support anything like that when I'm travelling around the country, because I think it's great to give back. They don't charge a fortune either. It's pay on the gate, or for more information, you can get a hold of them through a Facebook page that they've got. I'll stick a QR code down here and you can find the socials through that, or I'll add a link into the description and you can find it there. And incidentally, while I'm talking about that, I'm not affiliated with them in any way. They don't pay me, they don't give me free parking. I just think they're good at what they do and it's great to give back. So that's not a sponsored recommendation, it's just my opinion on the best one near the stadium. What 3 words for that little side street to find the school car park is Hops Limp Cars. Alternatively, if you're heading into the town centre first, there's quite a bit of city parking. There's a multi-story right near the train station that's dead handy. That'll usually have some better prices for longer stays with it being a train station. You can find the entrance to that one at Spark Having Bill. And then once you're in and settled, you'll want to find some pubs. For either of the Manchester teams, the Piccadilly Tavern is always popular. It's always set up for away fans. You come out of the station, follow the building round, keep it on your right, and head down to the corner where you'll see all your fans inside and outside the pub. It's a little bit mixed. You get some Manchester fans in there, but it's mostly for visiting supporters. And Table Skip Police will find you on the pavement outside that one. And then just recently I've discovered the Crown and Anchor. I actually stayed there. It's a budget hotel as well, but it's a decent little pub downstairs. There was loads of our fans in there and loads of our fans staying there, but it's actually en route between the city and the train station and the Etihad if you do decide to walk out that way. Adults Scary Today will help you get to that one. And then further up closer to the ground, maybe 5 minutes walk away, you've got the Townley, which is, it's got a look of a working men's club, and it's in the estate to the south of the stadium. They are known to take visiting supporters, but I don't know on what levels. I wouldn't say it's a massive destination pub for away fans, but you're likely to be able to get in and get a drink there if there's just a few of you and you're heading up to the game. So Echo Pound's Shock will help you get to that one. If you're staying over, as I mentioned, the Crown and Anchor is great if you're on a budget. I stayed in a single room there. It's very basic, about 20 quid for the night. It's not en suite. You've got a one bathroom on each floor at the end of the corridor, but you do have access to all the toilets from the pub downstairs 24/7. They kind of close a barrier off into the main bar, so you've got plenty of opportunity to relieve yourself if needed. Don't go there expecting massive luxury. I've seen some reviews, people like, Oh, it's not en suite. It does say when you book, but you do get what you've paid for, and the staff were great. The bar was decent value, and I can't fault it for a place to get your head down. Just around the corner from there, going up a little bit in budget, you've got an Easy Hotel, a Damp Sofa Horn. They're like a competitor for your Premier Inn and Travelodge and that, just a little bit undercutting them usually, I find. And then right down near the away pub, the Piccadilly Tavern, you've got something a little more quirky with an Ibis Styles. They're usually set up, they're a little bit of a higher price point than your budget Ibis. Venue Mats Waving will find you at the front door of that. And then up near the station, if you want to be near the station for getting away the next day, you've got a Doubletree by Hilton, more of the higher end if that's what you're into. Lockhart Deals will get you to their revolving door, and there's tons of hotels in the city. Pick something that you fancy. I just try to give a range for everybody. So when you are ready to head up the ground, the visiting turnstiles are on the southeast corner near the chip shop and in between the Resurrection car park and the Velo Park tram stop. You want to be in the rough area of Eggs Makes Things, and once you get there you'll see where to go. Thanks for listening. If you found this useful, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel for more as they come out, or to make it easy to find other grounds when you're doing your next away day, and why not share it with friends. I've been Paul. Don't let the football spoil your day. The weather might, because it's Manchester, but that just makes it an authentic day out. Sing your hearts out, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.